Hey everyone, it's Thursday night, and normally I would do a Lorcana or a Baldur's Gate stream, but tonight I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to build a deck in kind of live on air that I'm going to play on the AMMP stream tonight at, I guess, 9 o'clock Eastern? No, 9 o'clock Atlantic, 8 o'clock Eastern. And if you don't know who AMMP is, it's the Alliance of Military Magic Players. So this is kind of like a support stream, I guess, for this. I'm not an American soldier, but I am an ex-Canadian soldier. So I'm super stoked to support them. So I'm going to flip my camera over now so you can see my desktop. I'm going to gather a few cards, be chatting for you off screen so that you can kind of see what's going on with that. And yeah, I'm super stoked. So let's go. Let's build. So let's swap that camera over. So now you can see my desktop. So I've got a couple binders with me. I'm just going to hop over. Am I not running my regular camera? I want this one. Different table. Now I'm confused. Does this not have the ever? Okay, there we go. Ha! Look at that. There's me, my desktop, some binder books. I'm gonna switch glasses, which, if any of you are paying close attention, you'll be like, whoa, wait, what switch glasses? They look exactly the same. They are exactly the same, except my regular glasses say breathe in them, and my video game glasses say GGWP, so I can tell them apart. Because there's just enough overlap between them that I have occasionally gotten in my car and been like, wait, why is everything blurry? Anyway, so you're going to hear my voice off screen for the next little bit as I root through my box and grab the deck that we're going to build off of. I'm super stoked about this. I haven't actually done anything like this before. And I guess the other thing I want to do is let the rest of the members of the Relentlessly Positive podcast crew know that I'm doing this. So let's see. I'm live building a deck that I will play later on Control V. There we go. Did that work? Yes. Okay, so that let them know. You already know because you're here. So let's grab some cards. So what do I want to build? So somebody gave me, not too terribly long ago, a lands deck. And I think, yeah, so I was given an Obuun Daya Ancestor, which is not a card I've played before. In fact, it's not even a deck I've played before. There we go. I'm really bad at this. Anyway, so Obuun Daya Ancestor is one red, a red, a green, and a white. So mountain, plains, and wow, and I'm having a total, senior moment because I cannot for the life of me remember what that shard is called. At the beginning of combat on my turn, up to one target land I control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until end of turn. Where X is Obuun's power, it's still a land. It has landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under my control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So, difficulty, no blue. I cannot think of the last time I've played a deck with no blue in it. And I also have to think of the squirrel honorific for this deck. So we'll be thinking as I'm building this about what flavor of squirrel this is. So like, merfolk or ocean squirrels, fairies or flying squirrels. So like I don't know. We'll figure this out. So let's take a look first. I sleeved this up before I built it, but let's take a look at what we got here. And I'm not really going to do anything except separate out enchantments, spells, and creatures. Because I want to see what we've got within those sorts of things. So I see we got lots of elves and elementals. That's pretty cool. Harrow. Oh, and we'll be doing some like swap overs too because I have a prettier Harrow than that. Keeper of Fables, Calney Heart Expedition, Kadama's Reach. Ooh, I love arcane spells, and except if you're not running Splice onto Arcane, what are you doing? I guess I'm standing up, so you can't really see my face as I'm doing this. So let me move the books out of my chair, and you can actually see me. Let's see, we've got another enchantment, a satyr, a fungus, an elf, human warriors. Okay, so I think one of the things I want to do is, I think I'm going to eliminate the humans. Zenikar's roll. So I think I'm going to try and just put elementals. Ooh, an admonition angel. So, I love angels. I'm well known for playing angels. And it warms the cockles of my little heart that this deck has several angels in it. Oh, look, it has lots of angels in it. Our Revelation. Destroy all non permanents. I've been involved lately in a discussion about community play and playing in a way that's friendly. So you have to kind of think about what that's going to mean for how we look at board wipes. I don't have a natural objection to board wipes in particular. I do think if you're going to wipe the board, it should be in service of winning on your next turn, right? Like, a board wipe that does nothing more than prolong the game is not really a board. It's not. I don't know. They're not Hail Mary things, right? They're things that you should do when you're really, really wanting to win. Or maybe even not win. More elementals. Mina and Den. I'd actually build around that, actually. Omnith, Locus of Rage. Let's see what else we got here. So we have a Seer Sundial, which is okay. It's an artifact with landfall. Okay, let's not lose a run. Let's lose our commander here. That's a land. Ground Assault. We have a Naya Charm. Struggle to Survive. In case you hadn't figured it out, this is a pre-con. An Arcane Signet, Sandstone Oracle, a Scare Tiller, a Soul Ring, and then we have a lot of lands. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. So I think what I'd like to do largely is it may in fact be the lands that get the biggest upgrade, right? Okay, so it seems I've already picked out a couple of cards that are hiding in the back of my spare sleeve pile. A Kami of the Whispered Hopes, an Adventurous Impulse. We have some tokens here. We're going to replace these tokens with Infinity tokens. We will use the Infinity tokens. So we've got, let's see what we've got here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 lands. So, in a normal deck, I'd say that's a lot of lands. But I want to make this a Land Matters deck. So, I I think I would like more lands. But in particular, okay, so we've got a bunch of basic lands here, which is fine. You know, we need a few basic lands. But what I'd really like to see is lands that do things, right? So I've got, I've got okay, so we've got Needle Spires. Okay, so Needle Spires is a man land. An animated land. And I think we want more of those, right? So let's make sure let's make sure we got any more of those here. We've got card draw and a sacrifice, and we've got an Evolving Wilds. I'm not wild about Evolving Wilds. By the way, disclaimer, I do not claim it to be good at building decks. But I do have fun. And that is my guiding principle when I do anything. Okay, so we got a Jungle Shrine. For Forest and Plains card. So I've got ways of searching up. So again, this is about... I want lands that do more than... just search for more lands, right? So the lands I search for have to do something. So I really like this one. So this is not a this is not a land. I was wondering about that because it was like you may put a basic land from your hand into your battlefield or return target basic land you control your hand. I'm like, that's a great land. It's not a land. It's a Mirza Root Grazer that is firmly in the creature pile. Another Roiling Regrowth. So maybe I've overcounted my lands here. So Terramorphic Expanse I'm going to put in the yucky pile. Sanctuary. So we've got some bounce lands here, which is fine. So Naya Panorama, I can search for a basic one. I've got some basic forests. What have we got here? Okay. So this deck appears to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I need paper. I cannot think without paper. So. All right. So now we got paper. And we've got my trusty sonic screwdriver here. So let's make some notes. What have we got here? We have got... It appears we have 4 basic mountains. So 4 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plains. I'm not doing this in order. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 forests. Okay. So those are all prime candidates for being replaced. Okay. So, and then what have we got for man lands and things? Okay, so I've got a Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds for cracking. We've got a Command Tower, which does everything, so that will stay. And then I've got... I've got Blighted Woodland, search for lands. I've got... What have I got? I've got 1, 2... 3 of the bounce lands, which come back to its owner's hand. And then I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other lands that come in tapped. So I'm thinking that my Amulet of Vigor might actually be a worthy addition. Okay, and that lives in my sliver deck because again, that deck is absolutely crammed full of things like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is fix, I think, part of the land base, and then I'll take a look at fixing the enchantments and some of the instants. Okay, so we're looking for the man lands that are in, so I guess it's what, Stirring Wildwood is the white-green one, and we have one of the new ones, I think. So let's look in here. What's this? This is another Cami the Whispered Hopes. These are Botanical Brawler, which I'm going to put off to the side here. So these are all apparently so I think Virtue of Strength might have a place in this garden. Definitely a Prismatic Omen. No room for Elvish Archivist. So I'm also looking through here to see if I got any of the man lands that go with this set. I actually like Ground Seal. It's just kind of a mean card because you don't want to shut down someone else's deck when you're playing in a casual commander pod. So when we have the Rule Zero conversation, I will make sure that if I play that card, it's not going to turn somebody's game off. It's one thing to kind of I really like the art on this Evolving Wilds, and if I do decide to run Evolving Wilds, I'm just going to swap the art. Let's see, Plains, Elemental, Slumbering, Keep Guard, Return from the Wilds. Not wild about that. So I didn't get any lands in this particular pack, I guess. So what did I do with that box? I'll put that here. I did think though that I sort of thought I had gotten some somewhere, but anyway, we'll go from there. All right. So what are the man lands that we can possibly look for here? I gotta stop using that term. Okay. There's 32 of them, right? So we should be able to find it. I should have a couple in my collection somewhere. Probably have Cave of the Frost Dragon. I think I can run that. I have Fairy Conclave, but this is blue. Can't run that. Hall the Storm Giants. Can't run that. I don't know if I have a spawning pool. I might have an Eye of the Eye. I think I sure have a Get to enchantment. Den of the Bugbear. Not sure I have that. I have a Treetop Village. I'm not sure where it is right now. A Dryad Arbor. Definitely have one of those. So that's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna like really bump up as much as we can. With the lands that we've got that meet those criteria, right? Unfortunately, some of the best ones are like not in our colors, right? So we'll go from there. So let's look at my dragon binder. So I'm building a dragon deck in EDH, and I'm one of those people that when I'm building that kind of deck, I actually put my cards for the deck into basically a deck building binder. And then once I have my my 100 cards that I've been looking for, then I sleeve it up and turn it into a deck. So Find the Path might be interesting, actually. Okay, so Wandering Troubadour. I would venture to the dungeon, but I don't know that I want to do dungeon shenanigans right now. So let's leave that off to the side. What else we got? How did I not suggest Noxious Dragon to Astrol's Flame last night? Like that should have been a no-brainer for that. Let's see. So definitely, we've got Arcane Signet, which we actually have a copy of in there. Okay, so let's see what we got here for lands. I love Lull, and I might actually run it in this deck. So Manor Gate lets us fix. So we have Cave of the Frost Dragon. So there's the Cave of the Frost Dragon. So definitely we'll put that in. So if we were going to go into the dungeon, I might choose the Undercity just because it searches for a basic land card. But I can also put 2/1/1 counters on a target creature. So I can animate the land, put the counters on the animated land, and those counters don't go away when it's no longer a land. They stay there, right? So Radiant Groves, isn't a fantastic card, but it does have the advantage, like Wooded Ridgeline, of being forests and mountains and forests and plains. So they are searchable by cards that say get a forest, or Farseek, for example, will let me get a plains, and if it happens to also be a forest, it doesn't count against me. So let's stick these into the possibility piles. Okay. So that's what we're stealing out of our dragon deck. So let's get this out of the way. And now let's see what we're going to steal out of just our collector binder. And take a look here. So we're just going to look in the land section first, and then we will look at other cards here. So what do we got here? So I am going to stick an Arid Nisa in. I think that the fetch land will not go amiss here. Right now I'm mostly looking through to see what I've got for man lands. Okay. So we've got Hall of Oracles, Thriving Grove. I don't think that's a bad option. Oh, and I'm well aware this is going to be a bad deck. Like I know this. Oh, Mutavault. Gotta have Mutavault. Gotta have a Mutavault. Definitely have to have Mutavault. Okay, so that's apparently what we're stealing out of this for the moment. Unless I had something further back. Let's see what we got up here. Let's see. So I could run a Seraph Sanctuary just because I do actually have angels. But they're probably gonna get cut. Okay. So, I think we've looked at what I want to grab in terms of lands from there. Okay. I don't want to do anything particularly like, I don't know, mean. I just want something like really straightforward. Yeah. Okay. So... domain. Whenever planet deals combination with a number of basic land types you control. So things like the Briar Hydra, I'm going to grab out and put aside because they're doing domain things. And I know my domain is only ever going to be 3, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's see. I really wish I had an invasion of Zendikar. That would be super cool. But I do not. I think probably because I gave it away. Do I have anything else I want to do in here with this right off the bat? I'm not doing the math for Coat of Arms, though I could, which would be hilarious. I can't run Muldrotha. Mimeoplasm doesn't fit. Hyocrasis. This is really challenging for me because, like, I'm definitely like very invested in blue, right? So I think this is a good deck where Titania belongs in the deck, right? So we can like crack lands and sack lands and do things like that. So I think we're gonna do things like that. Yeah. Okay. I think we now have a plan. So I also want the other Vorinclex. I want the original Vorinclex. Primeval Titan is banned, which is sad. I don't. So I've got Eudora, which I think is interesting. I've got an Omnath. Hydra Broodmaster. Okay. So Leyline of Abundance. But I'm not really wanting to play creatures, right? What I'm trying to do is get lands into play. I wish I had an Ashaya. That would rock. I do not think I have an Ashaya. I'm pretty sure I don't have an Ashaya. So I'm also going to be limited by what cards I actually have, right? And like I said, I'm doing something completely different. I am not running a traditionally typal deck. I'm not running any version of squirrels as far as I can tell. Okay, so that's those cards. This other binder is just what is it? Praetor's Council. That's an interesting one, actually. And so was Keeper Progenitus, which I might actually think about. Funny lands in this. Can't run Sharad's Orders. Can't run Catch and Release. Can't run Ready and Willing. Can't run any of these. That's interesting. Okay. So now let's grab our land station. So that is my land station, and it's where I keep the lands that are not basic lands. So let's look through here. Okay, so I've got a command tower, reliquary tower. I'm going to need a reliquary tower. Ghost Quarter? I've used Ghost Quarter on my own lands before. These are just the standard dual lands. Let's see what we've got further up here. So the Blossoming Sands is a possibility. So Grasslands enters tapped, but the land it fetches does not enter tapped. So that is a possibility. Did I already pull out a Radiant Grove? I don't know. That is Forest Plains. Let's see. Let's turn this sideways. Let's look through our next pile of cards here. Stirring Wildwood. Okay, there's our man land for that. Let's keep going here. We don't want these ones. Ice Tunnel. Can't run a Fetid Heath. The Haunted Mire, the Jungle Hollow, can't run Atlanta Wastes. Can't run any of these. This is hard. Like almost everything I have is around some form of blue, right? And it shouldn't surprise any of you that like I am a Simic player, right? So none of these I can run. Alright, let's put these back in the box. Let's take a look at these ones. Okay, so can try a Clifftop Retreat if it's not in there. We'll look to see if we have a Sacred Foundry that we can put in. We can add a Carplusian Forest. It does not come in tapped, at least. We'll check Sheltered Thicket, because at least it can be cycled. Because sometimes later in the game, you kind of just want to draw cards, right? So I think we may be out of possibilities here for the dual lands. Okay, so now let's look at see what we got here. The deserts, not really so keen on the deserts. So what desert is put in the grave from the battlefield? I can create a zombie token, right? And I could use Ghost Quarter to blow up my own land to do that, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's see what else I got here. I don't really want I don't want a card I have to pay for and then sacrifice. I'm not really keen on that. I could play the Vivids. I've got Vivid Meadows and a Vivid Grove. We could look at that. Again, these memorials are about sacrificing the land, and I mean, I could do that to trigger Titania and then return them back to return them back. Fertile Thicket, Gemstone Mine, can't run Hall of Storm Giants. I'm actually going to run a Core Haven. I really like Core Haven. Looming Spires. That's a neat combat trick. Mistfield Plains. Not going to run that. Let's see. Sapseep Forest. So that's an interesting mana sink. Can't run the Scumfront Elder. I'm not going to run the Smoldering Caves. Tinder Farm. Oh, interesting. So Tinder Farm actually would let me sack it to add the other two colors. There's my Treetop Village. What else we got here? I'm not going to run an Ash Barrens, though I could. Crystal Grotto. Let's see. Holdout Summit lets me tap creatures for mana, but I'm not really doing that, right? Mishra's Factory fits in there. Not gonna run the mirrored landscape. I'm not gonna run the Painted Bluffs. Quicksand. Nope. Radiant Fountain. Nope. Seraph Sanctuary. I could, but I'm not going to. Alright. Zoetic Cavern. Morph 2. So that's interesting, right? So this is a land that comes in as a morph. So I think that's a kind of neat trick. So I'm going to do that. And then what else have I got in here? These are my pretty. Yeah. So let's definitely do that. Branch Loft is legit. Prey Crown is legit. So Brokers, I can run Brokers. I think I might run a Reliquary just to kind of have that. Okay, so what am I missing? I've got oh, we have to find the Cabernet. I have that around somewhere too. Okay, so we have the green-red. We have the green-white. So we just need the white-red. Oh no. So Boulder Loft is Branch Loft. We have that. Timber Crown and Craig Crown. We have that. Can't run Slitherbore. Can't run Murkwater. Can't run River Glide. Can't run the Blight Step. So I might have the other ones in somewhere else. Okay. So, and then let's check to see what's in. Nothing's in there. So that's just a separator. Okay. So I'm looking for like my Dryad Arbor and a couple other things. So let's take a look what we got here. So this deck is already running Myriad Landscape. So we didn't need to worry about that. It's got a Command Hire. It's got a Naya Panorama. Which will run because at least it's colorless, right? So now we've got definitely some other lands here that we're going to be looking at. So I'm going to grab my Slivers deck, and see what I've got hiding in my Slivers deck. Actually, I've got a bunch of decks I've grabbed here. So I'm grabbing my. What time is it? It's almost. Oh wow. So I have to do this quickly. So we are going to grab from this deck the Augur of Autumn, the Seedborn Muse, the Dryad Arbor. I'm not going to grab Collector Oomph because that would get me into massive trouble. Can't grab Ottawara. Might grab the Birds of Paradise. Cavern of Souls does nothing for me. What I'm looking for actually is my Boseiju. There we go, Boseiju. Yeah, and I don't, I think I might grab Yavimaya as well. Okay. Alright. So I think that does it for the elf deck, which I will have to remember to take a picture of because that would be unfortunate. Which deck has the Great Henge in it? Man. Let's get that out of here. What's this one? There we go. This is the Sliver deck. So this deck is the one that has my Amulet Figure, which we'll grab the Amulet Figure. Look at that. First card right off the top. Anything else I want to grab out of here? Lands are not a creature type, so that's kind of unfortunate. Canopy Vista is probably an excellent choice for this particular deck. It's kind of like a really weird thing to kind of be grabbing like some of these cards because they're not particularly designed to be like interchangeable. The Sliver deck is a 5-color deck, and so a lot of the cards that are in this are really not going to want to be somewhere else. I think I might steal the Farseek from this deck if it's not in here. I don't know where 3 visits might work. Not gonna run a Decimate. I'm really not gonna run anything whose goal it is to make my opponents have a worse time than I'm having, right? And the other thing about Decimate is you have to have all the targets. It's a great card, but if you don't have all the targets, it's not particularly legit, right? I am going to, though, Keswick Wolfrun. That's the kind of things I'm looking for right now, are those ones that, and I'm going to find a lot of those in my Rafika the Many deck. There's a lot of lands in that deck whose job is to kind of like make things bigger. So, but it occurs to me I need to make sure that Genesis Wave. There's a Farseek there, so I don't need to steal this Farseek. I have one. I don't know that I want to do Hush, but let's grab it. Okay. So it occurs to me I want to make sure that I'm not running late. So nobody's here in this channel yet, so I don't think I'm running late. Okay. Stick this away. You know what's going to happen, right? Is I'm going to do all this lovely theory crafting, and then with like 10 minutes to go, I'm just going to like count to 100. And then spend the rest of the stream being utterly surprised by whatever cards my deck decides it's going to spit out. And I need to take pictures of these while they're still in the regular deck sleeve so I can put them back in the right spots. Okay, this goes in here. Okay. So now I've stolen cards from... Apparently I'm going to have to put these in here like this. Okay, so now I've stolen cards from my Elf deck. I've stolen cards from my Sliver deck. Let's steal cards from Rafik. Okay. So I think I'm going to put them over here because I think I'm going to take Shalai. I think I'm going to take the Solemn Solacrum. So many cards that are, I think I'm going to use the Reflecting Pool. I kind of like Swords to Plowshares. I think it has a, it has a situational use that will help yourself, right? So I'm actually going to run Lorien Brooch. And it amuses me to have a land that's going to have wow, my brain is just Cathedral of War, Exalted, nope, Craterhoof Behemoth. Oh, it's so tempting to run that. I gotta find my Elves deck too because that has a couple of cards that I want to put in. and let's go from there.
There's nothing scientific, by the way, about how this deck is being built, in case you were wondering about that. I think a mana reflection. So this is like totally gonna fail if I can't get a man land out, right? Temple Garden. Iganjo to the Empire. Sigarda. So Ranker's great because it'll fall off the land and it'll come back to my hand. Brushland. I could run Ancient Tomb, but I don't want to. Oran Reef the Vastwood. So, yeah, okay. Let's do that. All right. And then I'm just going to check, I'm going to go into my elf deck and grab a couple more cards. We're going to take a couple of pictures, and then we're going to begin the process of actually putting things together. This is not going to be the world's best deck by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm going to have fun. And really, that's why we play Community EDH, right? We play Community EDH to have fun, to hang out with our friends, to have a good time, to make people laugh. I'm really bad at stuffing cards back into their boxes. I don't know why I'm allowed to even do this. Okay. And I think I may have stuck the feet back inside the box, but that's all right. Okay. Let's do this. Stick this here. All right. And of course, if I chicken out at the last moment, I can always run my Q-Tip Fruit deck. Because I really like that deck. Okay, what am I stealing out of this deck? These are tokens. Radagast, Ops, Mirrors, Sylvan Offering. Not doing that. Traveler Cadras. Oh, interesting. Many partings. Definitely want many partings. Lead the Stampede. No, but Guy's Revenge is an interesting card there. Okay. So apparently there's nothing in there that I was supposed to pull out. Cannot not run a heroic intervention though. That's gotta go. Steal the Cultivate. I believe in this card is my Omnath. So let's find out if he's in here. Legolas, Ken's Transformation. So I have run Ken's Transformation to turn a land into a creature permanently. When I'm done with the... Because sometimes in a game you've got way too many lands. Or you've got like an Evolving Wilds that is useless to crack. So Exotic Orchard. I can't imagine a universe in which nobody's running red. So that works. There's my party tree. There's my Avengers in the car. Okay. I think I have enough cards to work with. All right. So let's begin turning these into actual creatures. Okay. Actual. This is being turned into actual deck. Okay. There might be a couple other ones I think of. Might have to steal the other land from. Actually, let's look here and see if it's in here. We didn't have the white-red secret layer land, right? So we have a Celestial Colonnade, but we can't run it. Creeping Tar Pit, we can't run it. So it turns out that unless I change the commander colors, which I guess I could do, I could change the commander. But I don't want to do that. That seems like, I don't know, kind of a bit lame. So there's our Needle Verge pathway. All right, so there's that. Okay, so we've got that one. Okay. I kind of want to run a Valakut. Can't run Mount Doom. I could run Mines of Moria, but that goes distinctly against... I wish I knew where my Cabretti... unless it's in the Sliver deck somewhere. I kind of wish I knew where that was, because you can crack that, right? You crack the Fabled Passage. How do I not have a Fabled Passage in here? I don't know. Where would my Fabled Passage be? What deck is Fabled Passage in? I wish I knew. I don't know. Okay, so where is my phone? So the first thing I want to do is... These are cards that came out of my elf deck. So we do not want to lose track of those. So let's take a picture of those. Okay, so that was from the elf deck. If you've got an orange sleeve, it came out of my Slivers deck. If you've got a purple sleeve, it came out of Elves. You know, because Elves march gaily along. And then, if you have different green sleeves, you came out of... Oh, I didn't get these. These are also from the Elves deck. Okay. this transformation? This came out of... I don't know what deck that came out of now. It was a green deck. Take a picture of it this way, I guess, because then it'll tell me that it came out of at least that color sleeve. I didn't think I had those. Okay, and then we have Ranker, Bushland, Oran Reef, Ganjo, Temple Garden, Mana Reflection, Crater Hoof. Whoa. Lorian, Charge Splash, Directed Pulse, Shy Voice of Plenty. I can't really mix that up because they're different color things. Okay. So, now, let's mess with the lands. Okay. Put these over here. Okay. So, let's fix this land. So we got Exotic Orchard, run that. We will add a... So I am going to pull out a forest to do this. Okay? And the reason I'm going to pull out a forest to do that is that I do not want to rob myself of mountains. Okay? Keswick Wolf Run. Actually, I'm going to do this. Okay, so we're going to keep these because I have Amulet of Vigor. Where did that go? Right, we want lots of lands and not so much in the way of other things. So where did... I will be right back. Desktop in me. No, spell time game in me. I will be right back. Right, I'm back. All right.
looking to see where I put some other cards. So I've got so Fear, Fire, and Foes, I think, is a legitimate type of wipe. Or at least it deals with tokens, right? And it deals with tokens in what I consider to be a fair way. I really like Fall of Karandros, but again, I'm not wanting to right, I'm not trying to go the damage route with anything else. I really want to do this with lands, right? I want to smack people with lands, or things that matter with lands. So we'll go that route. I do not know where I put all the new cards that I got from Eldraine. Yeah, I do. There we go. Now I found them. Okay. Eldraine cards. Okay. Do we have everything? Okay. Vine Wall. Territory Maru. Okay, those were Jumpstart cards. I actually got 2 Jumpstart packs today. One of them is the Hydra pack, so let's see if there's anything in here. Oh, let's do that. Benevolent Hydra. I like the card, it just doesn't fit. Additional land is always useful. And a Thriving Grove. Possible. Okay. The other one we got was Merfolk, and that's blue, so that's not going to work for us. Okay, so let's take a look in here. No, these are not these are. All right. How much time we got? 15 minutes. So let's do our quick little search through. So we're going to grab the apple. Nothing else in here. I really like ginger brute, but it's not. Again, it doesn't fit what we really want to do, right? And we do want to do something relatively coherent. Let's just take a quick look at the other cards that we got. In particular, let's look at some of the white and green ones. Thought I had sorted these, but maybe not. Turn from the wilds as possible. Again, I'm really just trying to stick with things that match what it is I'm wanting to do with those things. So I think that that's probably, where we are with that. There's probably not a lot more that we can run out of that. Up the beanstalk is kind of interesting. I think Collector's Vault might work in this deck for me. Edgewall Inn. That's not a creature. Just gonna check to make sure that we didn't get any lands that I think if I had time to put this together a little bit better, I might actually grab a bunch of those roll cards and throw them on my lands and things. But let's see what we got now. Okay, so that's enough. Except I'm still missing cards that I wanted to put in. So let's see if they're hiding at the back of this pile. It's possible they are. No, they're not. I don't know where else I would have put them. Except maybe in my enchantment deck. Grab that. These are empty. What's in here? It's the Narcy deck. So basically, I'm trying to figure out what I did with Timeless Tracker and some of those. because that's that's what actually belongs in this deck. So, the Dryad Elysian Grove. We won't be running Tainted Woods. There's my Fabled Passage. And Courser of Krufix. Abundance. Okay. I think I've had enough here to kind of work with. Okay. I just wish I knew where my tireless tracker was. I have no idea. Okay. Let's do this. All right. So, we're actually going to run more lands than we normally would run. Okay. So let's look at what we've got here for instants and sorceries. Okay, Rolling Regrowth can stay. Treacherous Terrain. We'll keep that. Sylvan Reclamation. We'll keep this. We might keep that. We'll keep Struggle to Survive. We'll keep Naya Charm. Keep Ground Assault. We're actually not going to run Return of the Wild Speaker. Instead, we will run Benevolent Hydra, which is a creature, but that's fine. This is Renewal. So we may go and grab like one of our tutors as well. We are not going to run Hour of Revelation because that goes against our desire to let's run Virtuous Strength instead. Okay. We're not going to run a lot of. I don't really want to run a lot of board wipes, right? I don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to keep Crush Contraband. And we're not going to run Condemned.
Instead of Condemn, we will run Adventurous Impulse, wherever that went. There we go. Okay. Okay. We could definitely run many partings. Let's look at our enchantments. Okay, we have Rite of Flourishing. The Mending of Dominaria. We have Abundance, so I don't need to run that Abundance. That can just go away. We're not going to do Together Forever. Instead, we will take our Prophet of Krufix. Zendikar's Royal for sure. We'll do this one. Kelly Heart Expedition. Retreat to Emeria. Banishing Light. You know what's not in here that needs to be in there? I probably have a prettier copy of it that's sitting in a different deck. But we were going to put Felidar Retreat in there. That makes much more sense. Okay. Alright, so now let's look through these creatures. We're not going to run Sylvan Reclamation. What was this? What's going on? Where's that coming from? Where's that sound coming from? Oh, drop sim. Okay. We're not going to run Sylvan Reclamation. We have another card that already does that. Maressa Rootgazer. Yes. Omnath Locust Rage. Yes. 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 Sure. Balos. Multani. Sun Titan. Emeria Shepherd. Emeria Angel. Admonition Angel. Geode Rager. Trove Warden. Yavimai Elder. Captain. Spoonrun Druid. Swarm Mound. Saturn Wayfinder. Cadaver's Reach. Which is a sorcery. Keeper Fables. Beanstalk Giant. Sure. Let's not run this one. Let's instead run Dryad of the Illusion Grove. Acidic Slime. We're not going to run the Elite Scale Guard. Instead, we will run, let's say, the Nyxbloom Ancient. Abzan Falconer. Sure. Fertilid. Sure. Evolution Sage, Vigilance, Landfall. Yep. Okay. Alright, so now we don't want to run that. That's a sacrifice card. We're going to get rid of that. We have a lot more cards here than we can possibly put into our deck. So I'm going to cut Soul Ring. I don't think Soul Ring belongs in this deck. We will run Scare Tiller. We're not going to run Sandstone Oracle. Instead, we will choose Briar Hydra. We'll run both of those. Where did the apple go? Let's find the apple. So we're going to actually run Collector's Vault because that's a better sort of thingy. Let's see, what do we got here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 creatures. That is more creatures than I would like to run. Okay, so we need to find slots for the Kami. So we gotta cut something for Cam. So I want to run Kami. Keeper. Do I want to run Keeper? Yes, I do want to run Keeper Progenitus. And I want to run. Where's the off deck? Cryptolithrite. Okay. Where the heck is Cryptolithrite? So I can see everybody who's watching this be like, what are they doing? What are they doing? This is not how you build a deck. I know I own a Cryptolithrite. Like 100% I know I own a Cryptolithrite. So I have no idea where it is, but I definitely own one, and it's supposed to live in the elf deck. No, it doesn't live in the elf deck. It doesn't live in the elf deck. It lives in the Merfolk deck. Silly me. Okay. That's good. I'm going to be forever cleaning this mess up off my desk. Okay. I have almost no time left. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. We can totally do this. I have faith. I have faith. All right. I don't know how I'm going to survive with no blue spells. So there's Burgeoning. There's the Rogue's Passage. And there's Cryptos, right? Okay. Which I don't have to worry so much about because I have a deck list for this deck. So I don't have to worry about so much about what did I steal from this deck and what got misplaced. Fading Hope, Preordain. I still want to know what the heck I did with my tireless trackers. Because, like, oh, there's my cultivate. There's a cultivate. Yeah, if I knew where a tireless tracker was, that would be much better. Yep, I know I'm not talking. That's really bad downtime. I'm bad at this. Okay. Alright, so what do we got for lands that we have to have now? Okay, so... So I want Kessick Wolfrun. 100% for sure I want Kessick Wolfrun. Okay. And then I want... Valakut. Okay, so I 100% want Valakut. Alright, I know I also want a Stirring Wildwood. So we're going to steal the Plains for a Stirring Wildwood. Okay. 100%. Rogue's Passage. Definitely want a Rogue's Passage. Definitely want Yavimaya. Okay. Rogue's Passage. What are we going to trade for Rogue's Passage? Okay, so these three bounce lands, we're not cutting those because they let us replay lands, right? So they trigger all the landfall things, so they go in. Prismatic Omen needs to come in. What do I cut for Prismatic Omen? I think I'm actually going to cut a Briar Hydra. Right? No, there's no point in having lands that are every color. Do I even need that then? Okay, so what have we got here? So let's remove 2 plains and 3 forests. Okay. Now, with one of these plains, we're going to put in an Argoth. Okay. And with one of these plains, we're going to put in a Cave of the Frost Dragon. Okay. Oh, where's my Scape Shift?
All right.
So I'm going to end the stream here. I found the cards. I found my search, so I have to hop on to the other stream. So thank you for joining me in my weird deck build. I will put the link in the chat to show you where to go for the next part of the stream. And thank you so much for joining me. I have 15 minutes to stream this together, so have a great night. And I will be back after the AMMP game, and we'll pick up with a few other things. Okay, thanks. Bye. Where's my OBS?